Hi, this is Frank from Refine, and I'm going to be the one guiding you through this lesson. In this lesson, we're going to explore data maps in more detail. The purpose of this lesson is to, first of all, understand what a map is and why you would use one and how it can make your life easier as an information developer. In that discussion, we're going to identify the main XML elements in a data map, and we'll discuss the main use of a map, which is to put together your published output. Understanding the structures of the map and the relationships that it allows you to make between topics is going to be critical for you to skillfully be able to use data maps to your best advantage. So let's start first by defining what is a data map. A data map is essentially the mechanism for creating relationships between your topics or other objects within your content repository. Topics, as we've discussed before, are standalone pieces of content. It's not until we assemble those standalone pieces within some other structure that they have a relationship to one another. So essentially, the data map is giving us context. It's giving us hierarchy. It's giving us sequence. Because the data map has these capabilities of assembling topics, giving them order, giving them relationships, the main use for data maps is to assemble topics or groups of topics so that they can be published together as cohesive output. There are lots of other ways to use data maps, and we're going to talk about some of those as we move forward. But just remember, the main use for maps is for published output. Let's look at the most common use case for dealing with data maps. On the left here, you see a map that has an assortment of topics within it. Those topics have an order and they have a hierarchy. You can see that example concept 2 is nested within example concept. That's what we mean by hierarchy. One topic is the parent of a child topic. As you can see on the right-hand side here, essentially your map is a bird's eye view of your published output outline. What you see on the right is essentially a table of contents. So why does this matter? Why is this important? Well, a data file is merely a pointer file to those different topics within your content repository. What that means is that your topics are not embedded within any one deliverable structure. All the topics are assembled and published at runtime. So that means you can do a lot of different things with your map because it is just a pointer file. You can create multiple assemblages of topics. You can group them in different ways. And it goes without saying that maps are the essential reuse mechanism in the data structure, given that we're working in a topic-based architecture. Multiple maps can point to one topic, and inversely, one topic can live in multiple maps. That's where we're going to get our highest level of reuse, which in turn is going to lead to the highest levels of consistency and patterns in our information set. So here's some vocabulary you'll need to know when you're dealing with data maps. First of all is the topic ref. It is the XML element, and it is the main reference mechanism within the data map. It does exactly what it sounds like. It refers to a topic. Your map is typically going to have multiple topics in it, meaning multiple topic refs. Many of these topic refs will be nested inside of each other. This introduces the concept of the child topic. A child topic is any topic ref that is nested within another topic ref. This is some basic XML with child and parent relationships. Our map is self-explanatory. It's that hierarchical grouping of both topics and maps that gives order and hierarchy to our deliverables and to other pieces of content for whatever purpose we might need them. Just like we can reference a full topic using the topic ref, we can reference collections of topics that are contained in a single data map. To do this, we use the element mapref. And again, it sounds exactly like what it is. It's a reference to a mapref. Anytime we say output, we mean any content that is consumable by the customer in the delivery channel. Things like PDF, HTML5, web help, chum, whatever. It's the output that your customers consume so that they can use your product. Whenever you hear stub topic, we're not talking about a topic that has been chopped off and left at a stub or a nub. We're actually talking the other way. A stub topic is something that we create early on in the content development process. It's a placeholder for a position in a map and a placeholder that gives authors the basic characteristics of that topic so that they can write the topic. We'll talk a little bit more about this as we dive into the lesson. A submap is kind of what it sounds like, a map inside of a map. We're going to use the mapref element to include submaps within our larger maps. A common term you'll hear when planning content and seeing a project through is the ATL or annotated topic list. It's essentially a fancy spreadsheet that gives you your assortment of topics and their main identifying characteristics. We'll see some examples of the ATL in this lesson.
Hi, I'm Bill from Refine. In this brief demo, I'll walk you through a DITA map for a bicycle and indoor trainer product. I'll begin with the map that covers performing maintenance on the bicycle. As we know, a map is a container of references to individual topics and sometimes other maps. The map is what gives a finished deliverable its sequence and hierarchy. During publication, the transformation pulls in the topics in their assigned position and processes them to create the finished output, PDF or HTML, for example. Here we see the m_maintenance.ditamap file. On line 2, we see the DTD definition that defines this as a DITA map. On line 3 is the root element map. All the content is contained within this root element. On line 4, we can see the title of this map, Maintenance. Below the title, beginning on line 5, we can see the topic refs. The topic refs, as mentioned, define the sequence and hierarchy. Topic ref is a reference to a topic. The file name for the topic is contained in the href attribute of the topic reference. So here on line 5, we can see a reference to the topic with a file name of c_bicycle_maintenance_basics.dita. On lines 11 and 12, and again on lines 16 through 20, we see nested topic refs. These topic refs that are nested are subordinate in the hierarchy to the topic refs that contain them. For example, this topic ref on line 15. In the transformed output, they will be at a lower level, and we can see this in the table of contents for the PDF. Here we see the topics that are nested at a lower level inside the topic ref of Essential Tools. The same for resources for troubleshooting. You can also see the hierarchy of the topics in the DITA Map Manager of Oxygen. Here we see the nesting of the topics under Essential Tools and also under Resources for Troubleshooting.